Hi, and welcome to episode number 9 of Get Involved Pittsburgh on PCTV. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. My name is Tom Baker, and I'm happy to be back as your host. We've enjoyed a lot of great guests over the course of this program, and we've got another great slate of 6 guests here for you in the next hour on Get Involved Pittsburgh. Just to go over who we're going to be with over the course of the next hour, we have Captain Glenn Malia here with us, Doug Smith and Jesse Marsh from Light of Life Ministries, Kelly Kachamba from the FBI, Lindsay Smith, the author of Junk Foods and Junk Moods, and Austin Ransom, a former student athlete from the University of Pittsburgh and now who works there with all the student athletes at the University of Pittsburgh. So it's going to be a great show. I just want to give you a quick update with how things are going for Get Involved. We did become a 503 over the course of the fall. We've got a great year of programming set up in 2012 with Power Hour, Morning Mix. Our 3rd annual Pittsburgh Service Summit is coming up on April 4th at Carlow University again this year, and we're just about to kick off our 3rd cohort of the Fast Track Community Leaders Program. So things are definitely going well within Get Involved. You can check out more about Get Involved just at getinvolvedinc.org, or you can always find out information at bakerleadership.com. Now with Lindsay Smith. She's the author of Junk Foods and Junk Moods. Lindsay, thanks so much for being in the studio here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you're really, I think, an up-and-coming author and speaker here in the region, getting the word out about positive things. For those watching at home, I got rid of my junk foods and junk moods in 2011, lost about 60-plus pounds.
That's awesome.
Hopefully doing some of the stuff that you talk about in your book, I'm guessing. But it makes you feel a lot better when you're healthy, when you're eating well, when you're working out. You just feel better, which is something I'm guessing that you coach. You do a lot of nutrition and diet coaching with your clients. What are some of the things that you teach them?
Well, similar to in the book is kind of what I do with clients one-on-one, and the 3 key ingredients that I say to living a happy and healthy life is to think good thoughts, eat real food, and love yourself.
Okay.
So I try to take clients through a journey of understanding what works for their body type, because everyone is completely different. So what works for you work for me.
Sure.
And we need to really figure out what works with us specifically so that we can make those changes. So the book breaks it down to help you figure out what those changes would be, and then that's what I would coach you one-on-one with, is figuring that out.
Mm-hmm. How did you get passionate about the subject of nutrition and diet and exercise? How did you get passionate about it?
Well, it wasn't always the case. When I was about 11 and 12 years old, I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. Okay. And I mean, talk about someone with low self-esteem, and I was overweight, I was very depressed, and I was actually hospitalized due to panic attacks. So I tried therapy, I tried psychology, I tried it all, and nothing was working. Right. So then I decided to go to this wellness center in my hometown, and they focused very much what I do today on a mind, body, spirit approach to healing. And the first thing that we did was change my diet. My mentor actually told me, the first thing that he ever told me, I'll never forget, he said, eat colors. I'm like, are you kidding me? I came here to talk about anxiety, and you're going to tell me to eat colors? But it worked, and I just started seeing the difference in not only my health physically, but just my mood and just the shift of this negative, very low self-esteem person to someone that was just brighter and full of life.
Absolutely. My wife and I, and you actually used to work with my wife at the Regional Internship Center at Coro. We went to see Michael Pollan speak a couple nights ago at the Pittsburgh Speaker Series, and he was big on, eat colors, eat things that are real. And that's definitely true. So if we went into Lindsay Smith's cupboard, cupboard or refrigerator, things that we would find that you eat to kind of keep you healthy.
Yeah. Well, I am a vegetarian, full-time, part-time vegan. Okay. So I go back and forth. I think that everyone's different though, so not everyone could be a vegan or a vegetarian, obviously. So in my house, you will find just tons and tons of fresh produce. That's pretty much a lot of what I eat, a lot of whole grains, quinoa, brown rice, couscous in the pantry, and then just tons and tons of fresh fruits and vegetables. Sure.
Fruits and vegetables are delicious, right? Instead, forget the Mike and Ike's, go for some grapes, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's something that really honestly was a big help for me in 2011. Just making that switch from candy to fruit really helped a lot.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we don't think that these foods taste good. Mm-hmm. We're just so in tune with thinking that, oh, junk food tastes good and healthy food tastes bad. Right. But it's even the way you prepare your food, and just like you said, making a simple switch, and you're like, oh wait, this actually does taste good.
Absolutely. What are some trends that you're seeing in Pittsburgh here? I know there's a lot of good things going on generally. Do you taking care of themselves and really empowering engaging some of the concepts that you share in your book in Junk Foods and Junk Moods?
Yeah, I think definitely Pittsburgh's up and coming as far as health goes. I think people are a lot more conscious today than they were 5 years ago. myself included. You know, I think it's a lifelong journey to health and happiness, I say. I'm not where I want to be with my health. I think we can always do something more for it and grow with it forward. But Pittsburgh is definitely up and coming. You know, there's a lot that are opening, and more people are shopping. Local farmers markets. Western PA is awesome for, you know, local farms and buying your produce from someone that you know. So I see a lot more, I see a bigger shift in that recently.
That's great. Keep our city healthy.
Yes.
and living a long life. That's very important, keeping our region that way. If we went to a Lindsay Smith talk, you know, I know you speak all over the place. What are some of the key things that you would share, that you are sharing with your crowds that you're speaking with?
I definitely share my journey and my struggle. That's one of the things I think to relate with people. You know, as far as that goes. And then I also share, like I said, think good thoughts, eat real food, and love yourself. And I take not only audience members, but through the book and just through working with clients one-on-one, through their own personal journey. And we're all kind of looking for, you know, something that we can do for our health. A lot of us know and we hear all these things, but what's really going to work for me specifically? And so I definitely, you know, share those sites and the little tips, you know, along the way too, of things that you may not know. And I try to be humorous and funny as I can.
Right. People mess sometimes with 20 and 30 somethings of loving themselves too much, you know, with Facebook and all the different ways that we kind of expose and share with the world what we're doing. Love yourself. How do you mean that within the framework of what you believe, what you share in your book?
Well, love yourself, I think definitely with, you know, Facebook and Twitter, like you said, everyone's tweeting about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm guilty as charged. But I think there's a deeper emotional level to love that we have to find, because media and society is bombarding us every day with, you know, we need to be this certain size, we need to, you know, buy these certain clothes, we need to do this, we need to do this, and so we're always grabbing and reaching for something outside of ourselves. And we really need to start loving ourselves from the inside. So it's not even a, you know, a Facebook profile where people, you know, you see yourself and, you know, you put all this stuff out there that you're doing. It actually is much deeper than that. It's from the inside.
So what's the best way to learn about you, learn about your book? Do you have a website?
Yes, my website is foodmoodgirl.com.
Foodmoodgirl.com,
yes.
Okay.
And so you can check me out on there, and that's all my links to my Facebook and Twitter and things like that, and also the upcoming events that I'll be doing. One of the events that I wanted to talk about is on February 23rd at Sugar Cafe in Dormont. I will be having a book launch, and part of the proceeds will be going to Strong Women, Strong Girl organization, and it's from 10 p.m. And I'm really excited about that because it's going to be the kickoff, and everyone's asking me, why at Sugar Cafe? You talk about, you know, you're a health coach.
Fair question, okay.
Why at Sugar Cafe? But I think it's important to, you know, have your cake and eat it too, so just showing people, you know, healthy alternatives and things like that.
Right. I think that Michael Pollan was saying that the other night too. He's like, I eat regular food. I eat a regular breakfast, eat dinner. I mean, if you generally eat good, you work out a little bit, I mean, it's just moderation. It's doing those kind of right things.
The 90-10 rule.
Right.
Eat good 90% of the time, 10% you can eat what you want.
Okay, that's great.
There you go.
Sounds good. We talked about goals with our past guests. What are some goals for Lindsay Smith in 2012?
2012 goals. Well,
this is your big year. This is your book coming out year. Yes.
I know. This is huge. Well, I have my big vision board at my house, so it's filled with all kinds of stuff. I think this year is really, I'm looking to grow and learn more. Just through my clients and through people that I meet. That's going to be very important. And also, the second big one is to work on my second book. I'm going to spend this summer really working on that, and I have an idea of what it's going to be. So
great. Well, can you show us a copy there? We got Junk Foods and Junk Moods. Very nice cover there.
Yes.
So thanks very much to Lindsay Smith for being here with us on Get Involved Pittsburgh, episode number 9. Foodmoodgirl.com is her website, so make sure to check out Lindsay Smith at foodmoodgirl.com. Thanks for all that you're doing to keep us healthy here in the region. Up next, we're going to have Austin Ransom from the University of Pittsburgh Athletics. We'll be back with Austin in just 1 minute.
Thank you.